This is the Academy Museum in Los Angeles. So yeah, there we just been on the terrace. So there's a whole video on it. It's a long video. Then yeah, this is the Academy Museum, and that's the kind of the automotive museum. The Academy Museum and the automotive museum behind me. So that's right. You have the best director, best different categories exist for those movie awards. And yeah, this is like the spectacular Los Angeles with the Hollywood sign as well, and if you could really see and yeah. So I also did the tour of the Beverly Hills, where the rich people live. All houses are in tens of millions. Nothing goes below that. And the various stories related to some of the people, their lives, how they spend their lives. I mean, things like do they even cook at all? Do they know where their kitchen is? That kind of stuff. And then in the souvenirs I was seeing, replicating the holiday awards. They had the best friend, best son, best daughter, best daughter-in-law. That kind of the kind of so parody or spoof awards. So yeah, it's super exciting, and this is called the Dolby Family Terrace. We see this kind of a spherical building, and then yeah, places for people to sit, and yeah, the glorious again Los Angeles, the Hollywood again. This is Hollywood, yeah, that we see in the movies. Today I'm super excited to be at the Oscars Museum Academy, which is called the Academy Awards, right? The Oscars they have been given out since the 1920s, and here we see the Oscar statue. The whole process of making a film, some videos around, how people feel in the way. And as we go around this iconic place, yeah, visiting LA is one of my main reasons was the movies, because I love movies so much that and this place is where the Oscars are given out, the movies are made, the Universal Pictures. I went to the Universal Studios, I went to the Warner Brothers Studios, the Paramount Studios, and Disney is also located here. So we all have grown up with all these iconic names, right? Whenever we see Universal, thousands or hundreds of thousands of movies over the decades, right? That I would have seen Universal, MGM, then you have the Warner Brothers and Disney, and the Academy Awards function itself is when we used to watch in the channel, right, when they pulled out and their emotions. And I also had been to the Beverly Hills yesterday. So it was iconic, to see those millionaires' houses, which are in tens of millions. All the houses are in tens of millions. They don't speak anything less than that. So it's really, really iconic. I want to be in this iconic place. There are, of course, different categories. In the souvenirs itself, I was surprised when they said the Oscars were best brother, best sister, best father, best mother. They were making the souvenirs out of the Oscars. So this is really, really, truly iconic, and yeah, it's this is the Academy Museum.
You messed up.
And this is the Academy Awards Museum. Today I'm super excited because of course I love movies, to see when I was a child, and it's not nostalgic to be touching the reel actually. These were the movies were played for more than 110 years using this reel, and each one is called a frame. Generally, there are reels. Generally, most popular of these reel formats are the 35mm reel, the 70mm reel, and in IMAX the 70mm runs horizontally. So this is the film area, and the very most amazing part of it, soundtracks used to be embedded in between the reels. These are the 4 sprockets for a 35mm reel, 5 sprockets for a 70mm reel, and if it's running horizontally in an IMAX, of course there are no sprockets, because to get to the large area to project to the huge IMAX screen. But IMAX screen is generally 1.43 to 1, the old GT format. Nowadays we have the IMAX with 1.9 to 1. That's called the aspect ratio. So the most amazing aspect is, if you wondered ever how sound comes out, sound was actually stored in between these sprockets of the reel. Like the analog was the first in which you have the 2 waves kind of, and then Dolby used to be stored in between these sprockets, and then Sony used to be stored on the side, and then you had the DTS where the time synchronized lines used to run, and then they corresponded to the CD-ROM. So that's how we have seen the reels for over 100 years. This was how films were played for over 100 years. It's super nostalgic to be touching them. These days we don't get to see them, because the past 10-15 years they were replaced by digital. Only Oppenheimer last year and June this year, they again released the film in this 70mm IMAX reels. Only a few theaters around the world, around 30 or something in North America and Canada, and around 12 more. June's was 12 theaters throughout the world. Oppenheimer was around 30 theaters throughout the world. So it's super nostalgic to be touching the reel. these are the candles. Yeah, so yeah, this here and the top it looks like this. These are the candle rows. And this is a Los Angeles modern art museum, yeah, so to speak. That is the kind of the automotive museum, and yeah, this is a LACMA, or the Los Angeles modern art. I believe it stands at Los Angeles County Modern Art Museum or something. Yeah, so then that's like the automotive museum is the name. Broad Contemporary Art Museum, yeah. This is the LACMA on the other side. So it's approximately an art gallery with sculptures and I believe all those stuff inside. Yeah, generally modern art has all those stuff. This is the kind of automotive museum. Yeah, this is Academy Museum of Motion Pictures. This is Academy Museum of Motion Pictures. So this is Automotive Museum. Yeah. Yeah, this is how it looks. Academy, yeah. Academy Museum, yeah. How it looks. This is Academy Award, I mean the popularly known as Oscar Awards for films. Oscar Awards and even Golden Globe Awards are given here. They are given in the Beverly Hills hotel, sorry. And yeah, these are yeah, now okay, this pier was also here, so yeah, part of this. Saban Building, Academy Museum of Motion Pictures. And that's the LACMA, yeah. So we just came from the LACMA side. Los Angeles County of Museum of Art, Saban Building. Yeah. This is, yeah. Oh, sorry. This is like this is the Academy of Museum, Sydney, Poitiers Grand Lobby, and the Spielberg Family Gallery, the Oscars experience here.
So this way is the main gallery?
Yeah, through that door.
With the coming of the Second World War, many eyes in imprisoned Europe turned hopefully or desperately toward the
Yeah, he didn't accept for.
Because it is a long journey. I am naturally indebted to countless numbers of people, principally among whom are Ralph Nelson, James Poe, William Barrett, Martin Baum, and of course the members of the Academy. For all of them,
those winners, it's a tie. Winners are Catherine, in Lion in the Winter, and Barbara Streisand. This is Anthony Harvey, who is accepting the award for Catherine Hepburn.
Winning the high conference les flottes, n'ont pas de haut et de bas. Cette fois-ci, on l'appelle déjà la ville sale. C'est la ville de Gabon. Là, ça a été une explosion aussi la lumière, la civilisation.
This is no picnic in Oslo. It is a political rally organized by the Black Panthers. When they sing free QE. When they dance, they clench their fists.
On dit souvent au pied du mur quand il faut s'exécuter, montrer son avant-ventre et son vrai visage. Comme si la plupart du temps, on avait de faux visages, des crimes cachés, une tête de rechange pour se planquer, un visage de circonstance.
I liked your picture. You have this sad look on your face. I felt sorry for you. You made me think of what you once told me.
All I'm trying to say is that there are lots of things that a man can do hunky-dory. A woman does the same thing, mind you, and she's an outcast.
Finished?
No. Now, I'm not blaming you personally, Adam, because this is so.
Oh, that's awfully large of you.
No, it's not your fault. All I'm saying is, why let this deplorable system seep into our courts of law where women are supposed to be?
Mostly, I think females get advantages.
We don't want to come.
You're young, we'll do together the next few months. Make history.
Tattoos that might have been a tattoo that this particular character got and it's a regional tattoo for a specific background. So I love for tattoos to help tell the backstory of this character, and I'll research specific time periods. This person was this age at this point in time, and this is the type of tattoo they got at that time. And then you put all this information you have, and then you start grabbing this piece and this piece, and you start puzzling tattoos for blood and blood out underneath. And one of the characters had a rose tattoo. Tons of tattoos for making all these collages, always sleeve collages, tattoos, and all great.
Next come the major sound effects constructed from field recordings, a sound library, and specially designed effects. The sound of a machine cutting metal is used for the darts firing. A breaking tree trunk provides the splitting sound of rock. The scraping of a stone door. Biting into an apple becomes the breaking vine. The roar of a rocket is the background earthquake rumble. The clatter slowed down, becomes the giant boulder. Now, music is composed to fit the action.
Where the gas.
All the sound elements are brought together for what is called the final mix. Re-recording mixers blend all the sounds together to best tell the story. They listen to the film in the theater as if they were the intended audience.
we knew we would have to have him. I mean, every time we were there, he literally always wanted to.
¿Han visto la película del Padrino? Sí. So, I'm still hablar sobre estos disfraces.
There was a moment where she was really angry with him, and she jumped on his back just to get a reaction out of him. None of us were expecting it. None of us knew what she was going to do. I don't even know if she knew what she was going to do at the time. And it just happened, but it was so appropriate in the moment, and it just is the thing that just was, we knew that was the girl. She was it. And we all felt it.
You know what? I don't need to believe me. Alright, I'm gonna give you a minute. I'm real.
For a screenplay of inordinate restraint. Liam, thank you. Ray, thank you. Ben Kingsley, thank you. I want to thank my wife, who's here with me tonight, for rescuing me 92 days in a row in Krakow, Poland last winter, when things got just too unbearable. And my mom, who's here, who is my lucky charm, whom I love very, very much. And to the 6 million who can't be watching this among the 1 billion watching this telecast tonight. Thank you.
And the Oscar goes to Breathing Lessons, the life and work of Mark O'Brien. Jesse, to you.
What a thrill. You know you've entered new territory when you realize that your outfit cost. This was a labor of love involving much of both from some very wonderful people. Sandy Close from Pacific News Service and my dear husband, Mark Salzman. But my deepest thanks must go to Mark O'Brien. He's a gifted writer who's lived for the past 41 years paralyzed in an iron lung. Mark hates to be courageous because he's never wanted to be seen as a hero, but more importantly, as a human being. Well, Mark, it was not your bravery, but your humanity that earned this award.
And the Oscar goes to...
That's just like two people talking back and forth, especially about what they talk about.
super excited to be at the Oscars Museum Academy, which is called the Academy Awards, right? The Oscars they have been given out since the 1920s, and here we see the Oscar statue. The whole process of making a film, some videos around, how people feel in the way. And as we go around this iconic place. Yeah, visiting LA is one of my main reasons was the movies, because I love movies so much that and this place is where the Oscars are given out, the movies are made, the Universal Pictures. I went to the Universal Studios, I went to the Warner Brothers Studios, the Paramount Studios, and Disney is also located here. So we all have grown up with all these iconic names, right? Whenever we see Universal, thousands or hundreds of thousands of movies over the decades, right? That I would have seen Universal, MGM, then you have the Warner Brothers and Disney, and the Academy Awards function itself is where we used to watch in the childhood, right, when they pulled out in their emotions. And I also had been to the Beverly Hills yesterday. So it was iconic, to see those millionaires' houses which are in tens of millions. All the houses are in tens of millions. They don't speak anything less than that. So it's really, really iconic. I want to be in this iconic place. There are, of course, different categories. In the souvenirs itself, I was surprised when they said the Oscars were best brother, best sister, best father, best mother. They were making the souvenirs out of the Oscars. So this is really, really, truly iconic, and it's this is the Academy Museum.
And the Oscar goes to
This is the second floor in the Academy Awards Museum, and it's like called the Hollywood Land, and it's kind of something known as the Arts Plus experience. I don't know what it is. This is the Warner Brothers Gallery, and the Merlin and Jeffrey Katzenberg Gallery. So let's see what's inside. It's like
sí, todo está fijo. ¿Ya viste? O sea, lo más fácil de ver son los soldaditos de la cubeta. Sí, ver los soldados de la cubeta, exacto. Concéntrate, y hasta va más lento. No, increíble. Así, o sea, son varios, pero con ligeras posiciones. Pero cuando vas a cierta velocidad, con los pistas, es lo que hace que parezca que se están moviendo. Igual como desde así. Exacto. Porque tiene que ir a tal velocidad y con una lámpara, con las espacios en negro del medio, a ese efecto. Está excelente, se ven los desaparecidos. Parece que está
so nostalgic touching the tape. 70mm tape, yeah. 70mm film, that runs on the spools. Feels so nostalgic touching this. And there is the Academy Awards Museum. Today I'm super excited because of course I love movies, to seeing it through when I was a child, and it's not nostalgic to be touching the reel actually. So these were the movies were played for more than 110 years using this reel, and each one is called a frame generally. There are reels generally most popular of these reel formats are the 35mm reel, the 70mm reel, and in IMAX the 70mm runs horizontally. So this is the film area, and the very most amazing part of of it, soundtracks used to be embedded in between the reels. These are the 4 sprockets for a 35mm reel, 5 sprockets for a 70mm reel, and if it's running horizontally in an IMAX, of course there are no sprockets, because to get to the large area to project to the huge IMAX screen, where IMAX screen is generally 1.43 to 1, the old GTK format. Nowadays we have the IMAX with 1.90 to 1, that's called the aspect ratio. So the most amazing aspect is, if you wondered ever how sound comes out, sound was actually stored in between these sprockets of the reel. The analog was the first in which you have the 2 waves kind of, and then Dolby used to be stored in between these sprockets, and then Sony used to be stored on the side, and then you have the DTS where the time synchronized lines used to run, and then they corresponded to the CD-ROM. So that's how we have seen the reels for over 100 years. This was how films were played for over 100 years. It's super nostalgic to be touching them. These days we don't get to see them, because the past 10-15 years they were replaced by digital. Only Oppenheimer last year and June this year, they again released the film in this 70mm IMAX reels. Only a few theaters around the world, around 30 or something in North America and Canada, and around 12 more. June's was 12 theaters throughout the world. Oppenheimer was around 30 theaters throughout. So it's super nostalgic to be touching the reel.
watched The Wizard of Oz.
be upstairs, wasn't it? Or downstairs?
Downstairs, yeah. Even this was creepy.
This is a Ray Dolby Terrace at the Oscar Academy Awards Museum. I believe, yeah, this is called a Dolby Family Terrace. It's really cool. I believe it reverberates or something. Yes, right. You have the best director, best different categories exist for those movie awards. And yeah, this is like the spectacular Los Angeles with the Hollywood sign as well, and you can really see and yeah. So I also did the tour of the Beverly Hills, where the rich people live. All houses are in tens of millions. Nothing goes below that. And the various stories related to some of the people, their lives, how they spend their lives. I mean, things like do they even cook at all? Do they know where their kitchen is? That kind of stuff. And then in the souvenirs I was seeing, replicating the holiday awards. They had the best friend, best son, best daughter, best daughter-in-law. That kind of the kind of so parody or spoof awards. So yeah, it's super exciting, and this is called the Dolby Family Terrace. We see this kind of a spherical building, and then the places for people to sit, and the glorious again Los Angeles, the Hollywood again. This is Hollywood, yeah, that we see in the movies. This is the LACMA Museum as seen from the Academy Awards terrace. Academy Awards Museum is this is super exciting to be seeing Hollywood from this angle. So yeah, Hollywood, or the Los Angeles. Los Angeles broadly has like so many small hills, and it's like one of them obviously is Beverly Hills. Yesterday I had the Beverly Hills tour, and we're getting to see the various the celebrities, their homes, their big houses, their big security, and how they live, kind of how sometimes crazy things also happen. And then so this is kind of the Dolby Terrace at the Academy Awards, and you have these chairs like this. So some artistry they have, and there you see the adjacent, you see the LACMA, the Los Angeles County for Museum of Modern Art. That's the top portion of the LACMA. And here, this terrace is obviously it's a glass built terrace, and with crossbars and tension holding wires. It was looking like some sphere from the outside, and then this is Los Angeles, the part Los Angeles, and you see the Hollywood sign there in the background. It's a bit distant, but The Hollywood sign has its own history. It was I believe a private, and then a sign before, and then the government took it, and then it was disused for some time, and then the government took it, and then now it's a pride day. It's called an establishment shot. Whenever they wanted to show a thing related to a movie or even Los Angeles, or related to Hollywood, or something related to the movie industry, they usually show this sign that it's going to be about the movie. Establishment shots are used in films for various purposes. For example, if one wants to show that the setting has shifted to London, they will immediately show Big Ben. If they want to show that the setting has shifted to New York, for example, if the character is traveling to New York, for example, they will immediately show the Statue of Liberty, right, with enthusiastic music. And that's how certain establishment shots are done. And even establishment shots, for example, are also done for characters. For example, if they want to introduce a very cruel villain in the movie, right, they may, when the hero and hero or his associates are entering the building, a dead body may be coming out, or somebody injured with blood may be coming out. That is just to show the establishment shot that he is so cruel and wicked, and he's a bad man. And so these establishment shots are done to establish the characters in the movie side. Also similarly, to establish the places, they do the establishment shots for the places. This Hollywood sign is one of such establishment shots, and of course it's an icon. Everybody recognizes that sign, like a Big Ben or Eiffel Tower, or Eiffel Tower in Paris, or Big Ben in London. So this is broadly the city of Los Angeles, and we see the various there is a Beverly Center shopping mall, where shopping mall for rich people, and we are seeing a lot of stuff here. That Los Angeles is I think the second most city in the US after New York. So it's that significant. Of course, films are one of the big the whole film industry's ecosystem is in Los Angeles, ranging from film production studios. I had seen these Warner Brothers studio. I had seen the Universal studios, and I also seen the Paramount studios. So three major players in the we all know these films. You have grown up on the films made in these production studios, or these these productions and distributors and so on. So in the film industry, it's a three-step process: production, distribution, and exhibition. Exhibition is what we interact with the theaters, right? And there are different revenue sharing methodologies and methods between them. For example, there could be right now it's not so popular. There used to be something known as a minimum guarantee method, in which if a film star is popular, or people believe that his films will run anyway and his fans will make it run, then they used to call it as they used to give a minimum to the producer. Otherwise, the usual system is the producer makes the film. He usually sells it to the distributor per territory. Territory could be for example Los Angeles, or San Francisco area, or a Dallas area, or something like that. And then generally the whole or part of the money is collected through by selling it to the territories. And then what happens is, once it's sold, then what happens is the distributor takes the risk in between the exhibitor. Exhibitor is usually paid there are again different revenue sharing mechanisms. There's no one size fits all mechanism. Different films and different circumstances determine which revenue model, but theater sometimes can be paid as a fixed lease cost for taking up the theater, or there may be a revenue sharing between the distributor and the theaters, like the exhibitors. So this revenue stream actually is high in the initial 1 week or initial few days, or first week or few weeks, and then it tapers off in favor of the theater exhibitor producer. All these are there is no one size fits all. These are determined on a piecemeal or film by film basis, and these are very much people. Films become a big hit. People become very rich. They buy houses in places like Beverly Hills. If the films become a commercial flop, films could be really good, but the sad part is sometimes films become commercially flop. They are not commercially viable. In life also this happens very much. Things may be sometimes very good and the best, but commercially they may not work out. Airbus A380 commercially didn't work out. It's the greatest plane, the largest super jumbo, right? But so most of the things, many of the times in life, in many aspects, commercially it may not make money. Money wise it may be the best, it may be the good, but the world is the construct in the world is like that. So if the film doesn't make money, people have even come to the streets. So they have started again. So filmmaking is a passion. Of course, watching film itself is also a passion. so it's a passion related industry, and money making is very very difficult in the industry, because there are a lot of variables, like in aviation also, right? Money making, finally, if out of many films made, only a few films may make it to the blockbusters and become blockbusters. Their hit flop ratio, something known as a hit flop ratio, in which the number of hit versus the number of flop films, usually they outnumber by in the ratio of 4 to 5. That means if 100 films are made, like, you know, maybe 10-20 films may achieve their break even or a blockbuster or a commercial success. The rest of the 80-90 movies are gone. I mean, they just fail. The storylines may be brilliant, the movies themselves are usually very brilliant, even sometimes, but they just fail. If the audience has not gone to the movie, I know there are a ton of reasons, logical, illogical, irrational reasons as to why a movie works or doesn't work. There are a lot of recently they have like, for example, every Christmas or, you know, during the festive season, some of the prime release movies are released by, you know, like by Disney or Warner Brothers, or, you know, these people, and then usually they stagger the releases and space it apart, so that, you know, all films do not release at the same time and become commercial flops, because usually festive season, for example, a day before was Christmas, and so during the Christmas we always see there is always a mega release. This year's was Mufasa Lion King. I already saw it twice on 2 IMAXs, right? The Chinese theater and the IMAX theater in Universal Studios. I want to see it one more second. It was fantastic. I mean, the movie, the music and everything. So it is a Disney musical, basically. You're telling the story of a human story, but told through lions. Yeah. And and for example, in the festive season, this year's season, Wicked got released, the first part. The second part is going to be in November 20 of next year, and then we had the Wicked, we had the Gladiator was a big release. So leading up to the festive season, usually big releases are always released, and then what we see is these big releases generally before the Christmas, because people are having vacations. These are the biggest vacation time of the year. People and families are united. Okay, they may think to, you know, go to the movie together with the family, right? And of course, Lion King is a movie that's with family themes. So in the Oscar, in the Academy Awards theater, we had seen a lot of stuff related to there was a lot of stuff related to, you know, the Oscars details themselves, the making of the production of the film, in which what are the different stages in making of the movie, and this is the Dolby Terrace in the Academy Awards. So they gave us a very good insight into, you know, and how sound is added. Sound is actually added in layers, for example, you know, and different sound effects. There is a library of sound effects that they have. For example, it's like, you know, like even in the high-tech industry, like in some smartphone manufacturing and these industries, right? Samsung, for example, has this library of different kind of sounds that they use, right? They use and reuse. So similarly, major film producers or studios also have these you know, different kind of sounds that they use. And that library is brought back again, you know, for example, in any scene, if there are you know, helicopter shots or, you know, gun shots and all these, they're used and reused. Yeah. So that way the film industry is, because it's more than 100 years as an industry itself, right? I mean, films were introduced like invented by Lumiere brothers in 1896. After that you can say the film industry has been in existence for 100 years, and Academy Awards itself have been in existence for almost you know, 100 years. And Academy Awards were given out initially in the Roosevelt Hotel in the Hollywood Boulevard, and now after that now they are given out in the Dolby Theater. This is the museum of the Academy Awards, right? So and it's super exciting to be here. Like, it's a really fantastic museum. I mean, and to seeing it, it becomes so exciting and nostalgic. And yeah, so films have been playing an important part in our lives. Now, of course, we have more of these series, actually, whatever, from Netflix or, you know, Amazon or what do you call them, the Disney and all others, right? So films, the revenue coming to the making money out of films, it is in about 5-6 major streams. One is selling the film territory rights, and then getting the money, then selling the musical rights of the film if the film has good music and so on, and then selling it to the TV rights. It's called like the home of HBO or anything, and then selling to Netflix and others, Amazon, Netflix, or Disney, whomever usually after a few weeks of the film's first release and initial release, they are released on these platforms, online OTT platforms. And then there is also a lot of merchandise around film, for example Star Wars series or Marvel series or DC Comics series, or all these have huge merchandise with them. So all these make up the film's revenue. And yeah, so films are, because they are made with a lot of effort, lot of passion, lot of money, right? It's so lot of risk involved. I mean, films, nobody in this world at least can say that why a film becomes a hit or why it becomes a flop. Nobody can predict with definite accuracy. Everybody, like any film that's a hit or a flop, it's like it's very difficult. A hit or a flop, meaning commercial films. Sometimes they are extremely good films. They just flop because I don't know. Sometimes there is a lot of malpractices in the industry as well, like ranging from casting the crew, casting the actors and actresses, to the reviews are manipulated by the opposition people, and sometimes to bring a film down, and the producer or the director and the whole crew down, they put down negative ratings and they work. So smart film producers are those people who actually can bypass these ratings and still make money. So those are the smartest people on earth. Film is very difficult. People with passion get in. If they are lucky and successful, of course they can buy houses in Beverly Hills or any such posh areas. But if they are not lucky, then it's they come down to the street, and then people have started again. So it's very, very difficult, because the ratings itself is totally full of scams, and they will say the film is useless, and they will all put the negative ratings on the film. I never understand how they give those stars or those numbers, because anything that's given a number or a star is has to be based on some logical mathematical reasoning, right? But it's just sometimes the people opposed to this film or director, they pay money, and they to bring the film down, or the producer or the director down, or the film producer crew down. It's a very tough game. Movies is very, very, very tough. I don't know which movie becomes a hit, why people like a movie, why people don't like a movie, or why has a movie become a hit, or a commercially hit, or commercially flop or not viable. It's a very impossible today. So this is Hollywood, and seeing this Oscar movie and Oscars gallery, what do you call the Film Academy? The Film Academy is a name for and the awards themselves are called the Academy Awards. So this is the terrace, Dolby Terrace at the Academy Awards, and then this is Hollywood. This is Hollywood, yeah. So super exciting to be seen. We have all grown up on these movies from these great production lines like MGM or Universal or Warner Brothers or Paramount Pictures, United Artists, and all these great names. And it's good to be seeing this place, Los Angeles, which is the city of angels, and which is called the entertainment capital of the world, or the film or the movie capital of the world. So this is Hollywood, yeah. This is the Academy Museum in Los Angeles. So yeah, there we just been on the terrace, so there is a whole video on it. It's a long video. Then yeah, this is the Academy Museum, and that's the kind of the automotive museum. The Academy Museum and the automotive museum behind me. So